Notorious serial killer Craig Price detailing to detectives how he murdered a family of 3 in his Warwick neighborhood.
This is Crime, Mr. Wade, bringing you the stories. Stay tuned for a lot more. Today's unfortunate story is about a Craig Chandler Price. He's an American serial killer who committed his crimes in Warwick, Rhode Island, between the ages of 13 and 15 years of age. He was arrested in the year of 1989 for 4 murders committed in his neighborhood, a woman and her 2 daughters that year, and the murder of another woman 2 years earlier. He had an existing criminal record for petty theft. Price calmly confessed to his crimes after he was discovered. He was arrested a month before his 16th birthday and was tried and convicted as a minor. By law, this meant that he would be released and his criminal records sealed when he turned the age of 21. And Price bragged that he would make history when he was released. The case led to changes in state law to allow juveniles to be tried as adults for serious crimes, but these could not be applied retroactively to Price. Rhode Island residents formed the group Citizens Opposed to the Release of Craig Price to lobby for his continued imprisonment due to the brutality of his crimes and the opinion of state psychologists that he was a poor candidate for rehabilitation. However, Price was not released due to a series of crimes he committed during bars while behind bars until he was held in the Rhode Island Training School. During his incarceration, Price has been charged with additional crimes, including criminal contempt for refusing a psychological evaluation, extortion for threatening a corrections officer, assault and violation of probation for fights while in prison. He was sentenced to an additional 10 to 25 years, depending on his cooperation with treatment. Craig Price is the youngest serial killer in the U.S. history. Price committed his first murder at the age of 13 in Warwick, Rhode Island, on the night of July 27th, the year 1987. Price broke into a home that was only 2 houses away from his own, took a knife from the kitchen, and stabbed the 27-year-old Rebecca Spencer 58 times, killing her. A little over 2 years later, Price was 15 years of age, an old freshman in high school when he murdered 3 other neighbors on September 1st, the year 1989. Price, high on marijuana and LSD, stabbed a 39-year-old Joanne Heaton 57 times, her 10-year-old daughter Jennifer, who witnessed Price stabbing her mother to death in the kitchen 62 times, and crushed the skull of Heaton's 7-year-old daughter Melissa, who also witnessed Price stabbing her mother and sister, and inflicted 30 stab wounds. The stabbings were so brutal that the handles broke off the knives he used, with blades staying inside the bodies of victims, including a knife blade lodged inside of the neck of the 10-year-old girl named Jennifer. At the time, the brutality of the murders was mostly unknown due to Price's sealed records. According to law enforcement officials, Price had no remorse for when confessing to the crimes. And as for the motive, Price himself claimed racism by white people beginning when he was a young child was a factor, and that the first time he wanted someone to die was when a group of white adults allegedly shouted racial slurs at him and tried to run him over with the car when he was just a young boy. An officer from the Rhode Island Department of Corrections said Price has been booked twice for fighting since leaving the adult correctional institutions in Cranston. Price was denied parole in March year 2009 and his release date was set for May year 2020. In the year of 2004, he was transferred from Rhode Island to Florida to serve his time due to his violent tendencies. In Florida on July 29th, year 2009, Craig was involved in a prison fight with another inmate. While trying to break up the fight, one of the correction officers was stabbed in the finger by the handmade shave, Price's possession, a shank. In the wake of the prison fight, Price was transferred to another facility. On April 4th, the year 2017, Price was accused of stabbing fellow inmate Joshua Davis at the Swanville Correctional Institution in Live Oak, Florida, with a 5-inch homemade knife. On January 18th, the year 2019, he was sentenced to 25 years for the crime.